Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to get the plumbing done on my Ultum Nature Systems R120. On top of that, I will show you my aquascape and also get the lights and all the equipment running. So stay tuned, check it out, let me know what you think. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We've got our plumbing that comes with the system. It's UNS branded and has everything you need in this little box. We've got filter socks, we've got the main drain and the emergency drain, as well as the return plumbing and this rubber hose, which is used for your return pump. So let's see what this looks like all set up on the tank and see how easy it is to install. And it's pretty darn easy. Okay, first things first, we want to make sure that we're screwing in the 3 bulkheads that have been provided, 2 for the drains and 1 for the return. Once you've got them screwed in most of the way, make sure to tighten them by hand, but don't over tighten them. Ultum Nature Systems has made it really easy on the user. Each plumbing part has a union included, so all you have to do is line up the pipe and screw on this union. Make sure it's nice and tight so there's no leaks. Repeat the process twice more with the drain lines. One thing to note, and don't do what I did, is make sure that the rubber gasket is inside the union so when the tank starts draining, it doesn't drain everywhere. Now that our plumbing's all installed, we're going to add all the small components to the sump, which make it fantastic, including this filter floss holder. This is one thing I love. It's kind of just another added dimension to mechanical filtration. It allows you to filter out some of the bigger solids before they get to your socks. Another thing I'm really loving about the sump is the included thick PVC lids. This really helps to reduce noise, but it also helps to reduce evaporation. So the tank salinity stays a little more stable. Now that we've got the sump all set up with the plumbing and the lids, we're also going to add the ATO, the auto top off system. It's 5 gallons or about 20 liters, and this should last you, I would say, anywhere between 4 to 6 days on your system without having to refill it. So it's awesome that it comes included. One of my favorite features is the pull-out drawer, an included spout that helps you pour water inside without making a mess. Okay, now that we've got all of our plumbing and everything up there, I've moved the ATO out of the way, and it's time to put the return pump on. So we've got this union here attached to the provided hose, and all we need to do now is attach that to our return pump and essentially just screw on the return from there. So attach it to the pump and use this union to screw it on, make sure it's nice and tight, and that's pretty much it. So let's get that going. Okay, we've got our great white return pump here from Delua, and we have our rubber hose attached. Our return line is attached. So now all we got to do is put it in the sump, screw on that union, and it's good to go, man. It's so easy. Anybody can do this. It's really not that hard. Okay, now that our plumbing is installed, our return pump is installed, it's time to start putting the scape together. For the scape, I used Aquaforest AF rock. It's got some cool shapes and sizes. It's got these sort of like flat shelf rocks that I used a couple of to make some shelves for SPS. It's got some base rock and some arches. I used AF Stone Fix, and I'll show you what I came up with. So using the Aquaforest Stone Fix cement, I put together 2 structures, and I've decided to have sort of 3 rock structures, 2 using the new dry rock, and then I'm just going to sort of stack all the live rock from my existing systems that have already been seeded and cycled and are live. So I have these 2 structures here, which are made of the dry rock. And once the tank's filled up, I'm gonna put the live rock in. So I'm just kind of playing around with adding a few more pieces, but I actually didn't like how this looks. So the piece on top and the little flat pieces there, I actually ended up taking out, but I'm actually really happy with how the scape turned out. There's tons of room for SPS up top and lots of room on the bottom for LPS. So it looks good, I think. I don't know, what do you guys think? Okay, moving forward, we got our rock in the tank and we started to add the light mounts. So this is the Delua Beast Mode bundle. It comes with 2 Illumagic X4s and 2 Illumagic Vitamini strips. I'm really loving the look of the kind of high side mounted rails. I went with the side mount just because I feel like it puts a little less stress on the tank. And with rimless tanks, I try to have as little stress on that glass as possible. So with 2 contact points on the side glass, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's just a little bit safer. Really love these X4s. I like how we can kind of slide them along the rails. You know, if you've got some lower light stuff on the right side of the tank, you can slide the lights slightly to the left and give them a little break from the super high output lights. Okay, now that the lights are up, we're going to install our Wavemakers. We've got the Delua Great White Wavemakers. I've got 2 of the 5,000 gallon per hour Wavemakers, and we're gonna put them on the side of the tank. So we're gonna have them blowing across the tank at each other to try to create a little bit of random turbulent flow. So let's get these installed. Okay, so the left side Wavemaker is set up there, and I'm thinking we're gonna have lots of flow here. Between that and the random flow generators on the return, these guys here, I think just maybe these 2 Wavemakers might do the trick. I was gonna use 4, but as the corals grow in, I guess I can add some more. So now that the Wavemaker is mounted, it's time to route the cabling down into the electrical tower and mount the controller on the front of the cabinet. There's a spot here for 4 controllers. I'm sure you could add more, but there's a spot here right on the front. So this little guy is going to get installed down there using some Velcro tape. So I'm just gonna put it right there. And this Velcro tape got the job done really well. All you gotta do is buy a roll of this, cut it to the size you want, stick it on the controller, stick it on the cabinet, and it's so easy just to have your controllers mounted, nice and clean, and easy to remove too if you want to. Boom, look how clean that looks. I love having the controllers on the front of the tank, looking clean, looking awesome, and most importantly, it's accessible. I can just remove the front panel, put my power heads on feed mode, put my return pump on feed mode, or whatever I want to do. It's just right there, right in the front, looking good. Also, take a look at the cabinet. So this is behind the controller panel. We've got the electrical cabinet. So this keeps all of your wires and electricity away from the tank, away from the sump. So this was just kind of the starting point, but it's coming along really nicely. And I'll show you what it looks like now when everything is all installed. But this is so cool. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video here today with that. Our equipment is installed and I just gotta do some cable management and fill this thing up for a leak test. Next week, we're gonna have another video filling it up, getting the tank salted, and moving the livestock over. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm loving this new UNS R120. See you on the next one.